What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. What is it, September 25th?
Shit,
We're
I think
back
so.
we're back for our fourth podcast, Bloody Rootz Podcast.
How's it going, everybody? Today, I kind of wanted to touch base more on um, they call him the Angel of Death, and the reason is because like we like metal and shit, and even on one of my podcasts that we had, I had the fucking the Slayer shirt, and I was like, I was talking to my wife about it. I'm like, man, like I was looking at the Slayer merchandise. And I'm like, man, this shit looks so sick, but at the same time, it looks like there's some sort of like Nazi symbolism. Well, I love Slayer. I like their shit, dude. It pumps me up and all that. But I'm like, man, it kind of does look a little bit Nazi-ish. And then I actually started, searching up more, and I guess they did it for the attraction. And they are known for singing about like historic events, like the song "Angel of Death."
And
They're
I was listening to it on my way here
Yeah.
because we were talking. You brought up that topic yesterday to me, and yeah, that song is like when you read the lyrics and listen to what they're talking about. I think they're talking about like the state of mind that the people that did like that were part of the Holocaust, their state of mind and what they I guess how they wanted to eliminate a human race, right? Like a certain race.
Yeah. So do you think that they kind of like put themselves in the perspective of the of the killer, of the angel of death, like just trying to trying to see like or trying to get in their feels on how that person must have felt doing those atrocities and all that, right? Like
Oh yeah, they put themselves in the I guess in the shoes of that person. Just like I don't want to detract you from what you were talking about Angel of Death, but it's in the same thing with music. Like the song Atwa by System of a Down. That song was inspired by uh by some of Charles Manson's beliefs, and that was something that it was one of the guitarist Darren Malakian.
yeah.
That's who influenced that song. That's what gave him the idea to do that song. And it wasn't because like that he agreed with all the crazy shit that Charles Manson did and what like all the killings that he created with his followers, but it was more kind of just to show some of the beliefs and some of the stuff that this guitarist for some reason like it kind of resonated with him. It's like
Yeah.
I can relate with some of the stuff that Charles Manson said. It kind of I don't know if it humanizes Charles Manson, but he's not trying to make him seem like he's a good person, but more that every human has something in common.
Yeah, because everybody is human at the end of the day. It's like kind of how we talked about in the first podcast, like people do they wish death upon Donald Trump or and some people towards Biden, and I'm like, fuck, dude, like I think about him like, fuck, that could have been my grandpa. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he's an old dude. Like I mean, at that point in life, you're fucking old already. So I mean, how do you expect that someone that's old to be anyways? I'm not. I mean, in that case, he shouldn't probably be president. I would say if he's not all the way there. But moral stories, you still shouldn't kind of fucking hate somebody or wish death on them because they're incapable or something, um, back to the angel of death. I touched base on that on the
Thank you.
first podcast also, and so the first podcast I brought up how Nazis were super super intense with their scientific experiments on human beings, and so the person that actually pushed that to the extreme is known as the angel of death, and his name is Joseph Mengele. And this guy,
Or
he was
Mangali.
Mengele.
Was he Italian?
Fuck no, dude, he's German,
Oh,
dude.
German.
Yeah. He's a Nazi.
Cause the name, I'm like, it doesn't seem like a German name.
It does
Like the
sound a
last
little,
name.
yeah, it
It
does
sounds a
sound
little
offbeat, but
it sounds a little Italian.
yeah, I'm sure in Germany, it's in the European country, so I'm sure they've all floated around at some point, whether they like to admit it or not.
Just like the guy who was the person under Hitler's wing. Was it Mussolini? See, names like
No,
that, or
Mussolini was in Italian.
he
He
was
was
in.
the one. So it was the Italians and the Germans. They were part of the Axis, and Japan. They were part of the
Oh, okay,
Axis team.
okay.
So they kind of were like under Hitler's umbrella, but I would like to say that they were all kind of equally shitty. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
The Japanese, the Italians, Mussolini, he was a bad motherfucker too. So but back to the Angel of Death. It was this guy. Was name was Joseph Mengele, and he pushed human experiments to the max. So this guy,
So he was a scientist.
yeah, he was a scientist. And so this guy, remember I kind of told you that this guy he was obsessed with twins and like doppelgangers and all that. So to go more into depth with that, this guy he was obsessed with, and I don't think it was just him. I think it was like Hitler too. They were obsessed with perfecting the, I guess what you would call the Aryan race, or perfecting the German race. So they wanted you to, like, if you were German, like they wanted to make, like, like System of a Down said, like humanoids. Dude, that was their game plan. They said we're gonna make the perfect human beings. We're gonna make and when you think of Germans, they've really pushed the idea that a perfect German is a tall, muscular, blonde dude
Blonde, brown hair,
with
blue eyes,
yeah,
right?
blonde hair, blue eyes. So that's kind of what the
Blue
Menga.
eyes, white dragon. No, I just thought of that. No,
What'd you-
Yu-Gi-Oh.
yeah, I don't know. So then they tried pushing that. So how can you push that, dude? How can you genetically modify someone to just come out that way? Well, that's where the human experiments came in. They tried to use a lot of Jewish people, a lot of gypsies. Dude, they would mutilate them. They would put dye in their eyes. They would this guy even went as far as, like, he would he was always trying to get twins for some reason. And the what I would assume from whatever little science I did in school. I mean, if you had one test subject and then you had an exact replica of it, you have double knowledge on the same thing you were trying to figure out. I'm not justifying what he did, but I'm saying is, if maybe that's what went on in his brain,
Right, he
thinking,
wasn't thinking from a like a humanitarian and
no, not
like
at all.
ethical perspective. He was thinking like,
Science, 100%. But
yeah,
but you know
not
what?
human.
Is that even science or evil? I don't even know, man, because it just seems so freaking evil. Or some people just get so obsessed with science that they forget that they get desensitized with humanity. You know what I'm saying? So this guy, dude, he's gone as far as like actual twins. He split them up or try joining them together, like sewing them together, like trying to make conjoined
Like
twins.
alive people.
Yeah, people alive. No anesthetics or nothing, dude. He was fucking bad. But his name is a little misguiding though, right? It's Angel of Death. So I mean, you kind
Yeah,
of.
that's why I wish people really like, because I get it. Sometimes people are kind of like thrown off by certain music, like, but there's so much knowledge in some of these bands that like maybe a little may seem like hardcore or like evil, sadistic music. If you listen and read the lyrics, you realize how knowledgeable these people are
Well, yeah,
and
they
how
are.
much they know.
Yeah,
You know,
you have to. I would assume. I mean, like, I'm sure, like, there's a lot of rappers now that they just fucking rap about anything and don't do the research. And then there's still. I mean, I'll still give credit to where it's due. Like, some rappers today too also do read a lot of stuff, and then they have knowledge, and you'll hear it in their music. Like, they're talking about shit that clearly they're interested in, that they've known about, or that they've pursued more about. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
And yeah, these guys, like Slayer, they must have done their research on the Holocaust. They must know about it. Actually, I do know they know about it because I was reading articles on Slayer because I was a little worried. I was like, "Fuck, dude! Like, I like this band a lot, and I'm repping them. I want to make sure that they're not fucking,
A hate organization.
yeah, a hate organization." But I never got that vibe. Honestly, it wasn't
Never.
until I kind of like looked into the symbol. I'm like, man, that eagle always looked like, it always reminded me of like the Nazi eagle. But a symbol's a symbol. Nazis actually took that from Romans, I believe. I think like Romans used to have that eagle and shit. that gold eagle, that badass
Yep.
gold eagle, and all that. And then I mean, America uses the eagle. It's just the eagle is like been used in pretty powerful
I
countries.
don't. So that's what I was gonna say. It probably represents power, right? Or is that what that?
I think so, dude. An eagle is freaking
It looks badass, just like even anti-hero skateboards. It's an eagle.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You see, like I don't know, an eagle just it's just a badass fucking
Oh, I
creature.
think even my dad's logo for his company has an eagle on it.
For real, there
Yeah.
you go. But wait, this guy though, I just want to kind of go into depth on how the shit he did, dude. It's like it's sickening. He used to mutilate them, dude. No anesthetics, dude. No anesthetics. He used to just cut them up. He used to put dye in their eyes. He used to like you know like let's say for example there was a woman obviously a prisoner, right? She was getting ready to have a baby. Like they say that he was so gentle with the prisoners before they found out how evil he really was gonna be.
So he
Or
kind of like he lured them in,
yeah,
like he
he made
tried
him
to,
feel comfortable,
yeah, and
and
then
then he went no remorse.
so he was a full blown serial killer. He was
He
a
was just a
sociopath, dude.
yeah, he was psychotic, dude.
Yeah.
So this guy like he went as far as one time like he was helping deliver a baby, and they said he was like so careful with how he did it. Like it looked like this guy was like, wow, this guy's the most gentle doctor ever. You know what I'm saying? And he went as far as when he saw that he when the baby was out and he saw that it wasn't gonna be twins or whatever, dude. Like he went as far as all right, straight to the oven. Yeah, straight to the oven, dude. The brand new baby, like beautiful baby, boom, to the oven. And then right after that, boom, the mom's next.
Holy
Dude, he
crap,
was
dude.
freaking bad, dude. He was no remorse, dude. No remorse. Like he was freaking bad. He killed and killed and killed and then he used to like kind of make him feel comfortable. That's where the I think that's why they call him the angel of death, because I know angel of death sounds extremely scary, like fuck the angel of death, right? But you gotta understand
But
that
he was no angel.
well, the word angel is still in there, so you gotta think there's some sort of like a
Good.
angelic side to him, right? And that is there is actually a backstory to that, is that this guy used to kind of like make the kids, little prisoners. Unfortunately, he used to make them feel comfortable and give them candy, and I guess like dude, like parents, dude, they heard about how he used to take care of his prisoners, because I believe like in that camp it was that you either went to Mengele's experiments or you went to the gas chamber. So and then I
Fuck,
believe
man.
yeah,
So you're like, okay, let me go get tortured
yeah, but they didn't know that
or
though.
die
They
instantly.
didn't know that though. So since they were like always looking for twins and or people of certain, I don't know, dude, you have to just fit their description. And the description was like if you were a child, if you were like a healthy person, healthy child, and if you're a twin, most likely you were saved by him. Because you'd fit his description for what his ideal human experiment. You know what I'm saying? So if you fit that category, you'd go with him. And if you didn't do, like if you're an old person, you were kind of like couldn't do anything anymore, you get sent to the gas chamber.
Well, yeah, they needed
They needed
younger
like
people.
able-bodied people, and he was obsessed with twins and dwarfs and people with abnormalities. He just gets to experiment. So like if you had an abnormality, he tried to like see why that was and how to prevent that in his race. It was all about perfecting his race, and at all costs, whoever had to pay the price, they paid the price. And dude, like parents would even be like, they would see like a lot of times the prisoners would see the people from Mangalays or I can never pronounce the name, but Joseph, the angel of death.
I'm gonna have to search and figure out the
It's
pronunciation
Mangalai,
because
or
I
it's
could tell
Mangalai.
I have a feeling it's not you're not saying it right.
I know. I at first I wasn't saying it right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
You
then I
searched?
actually searched it up like literally this morning. I'm like, all right, I gotta make sure I say this shit right. It's Mangalai, and I know it sounds fucking yeah, dude. I
Sorry,
mean,
dude. I'm
search it
sorry.
up.
I'm sorry. I didn't trust your pronunciation.
No, I didn't trust it either. I had to search it up. So yeah, dude, this guy like the I guess the prisoners could sometimes see like okay, like the prisoners over there, they look pretty damn good. They look in good shape. I mean, I heard they were always clean. Like They just looked in good condition, good shape.
Yep.
So a lot of times, dude, like the parents would know, like, okay, this guy was obsessed with twins, so we have twins. Our twins are in better hands if they go over there with him. So they'd send their twins out, dude. Like voluntarily, like here, thinking like, well, they might be in a better chance of survival if they go out there and not go out here with us to the gas chamber.
Fuck.
So sometimes do the parents will send the kids out of fear, like, well, maybe this is a better chance. Like, dude, it just, dude, the things these people went through is just beyond what any human would ever fear. Like, this is like the next level of fear. Like, you don't expect something like this to happen. And then now, like, it's not just, like, if it was just you, you'd be like, fuck it, I'm going to the gas chamber, like, it is what it is. But
Yep.
dude, imagine your poor little innocent children, dude, like, like little 2 3 year olds walking around innocent, looking at you like you're their hero, and then they're getting snatched from you and getting killed. It's just so fucking sad, dude. I'm like, I was sick to my stomach, I'm not gonna lie. It was just so fucking terrible.
No, dude. There's so many like I saw that you reminded me of the movie because we're talking about the Holocaust. There's a movie called The Pianist.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it?
uh no, honestly, I never got through that one, honestly.
Watch that movie.
Is it a good
It's a
one?
good one. It's a really good movie. The director, he has a shady history.
Hey, if he's good, he's good,
Yeah,
man.
the director has a shady history, but the movie's good. But I yeah, highly recommend
Well, have you
watching The
watched Schindler's
Pianist.
List?
Maybe when I was
So
younger.
Schindler's
Yeah,
List is also a good one.
yeah.
And I'm not saying good because, like, oh hell yeah, it's entertaining,
Well, that's an
but
older movie, right?
yeah, it's with Liam Neeson or whatever, or however you fuck you say his
Oh
name.
wow, was he young in
I
that movie?
I would say so.
Yeah,
I think it's from like the '90s, but
yeah.
it's a crazy ass movie, bro. Like, you're gonna fucking cry for sure.
Oh wow.
It's so sad, dude. Like, I'm telling you, like, the way they executed people in the street, like kids, dude. Like, dude, Nazis were like fucking bad, dude. They used to throw the babies in the air and shoot them, dude. They just had no fucking. Their humanity was shut off. You know what I'm saying? And then, and this kind of all relates to kind of how my week went, in just a sense that I kind of, after that, we the show, the Dahmer show came out, the Dahmer show, but the Dahmer show came out, the serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer.
Mhm.
um do you know who he is or no?
Oh, of course. Yeah, he was out of Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was I think he was a closeted homosexual.
No, he was fully out there.
Oh, he was fully out.
Fully out
Yeah.
there.
Okay. So I'm wrong about that, but he was a homosexual, and he would go to bars and get younger gay guys,
Yeah.
mostly I think Hispanic and black, right?
Mostly black.
Yeah.
There's I mean, there's a reason for that. This guy is a he I mean, they say his IQ was low and he was stupid, but
No.
dude, how do you can't be stupid and kill all these people and get away with it. You have to have some sort of pretty great,
Intellect. Yeah.
yeah. Because I'm not saying I would kill, but I think if I were to kill, I'd be scared
Me
shitless.
too.
I'd be like, oh fuck.
I'd be so paranoid.
I'd call my wife like, hey babe, let's get somebody. I don't know what to do.
It's like
Mom, I love you.
you're going to prison.
P.O.P. Hold it down. Nah, but this guy, dude, he was fucking bad. He he did kill in some instances. Like a young. Actually, it was, I think it was only one dude. It was one dude, right? The little Chinese guy, the little Asian guy. He killed an Asian guy and he tortured him, dude. Bad. Like, this guy. I mean, he went to
It wasn't racially motivated, right? Nah.
I think it was just whoever he had the advantage with.
Yep.
So with the blacks, what happened there? I don't think it was necessarily a hate crime with the blacks, which it's still fucked up that he killed more blacks, and it looks that way. But what this guy did is he took advantage of the system. So we're talking about, like, I don't know, what was it, like the 70s or 80s, the 90s. So it was the 90s, dude. So honestly, from the 60s to the 90s, I mean, there was still a lot of racism going on. It's gotten a lot better, but like, dude, I think in the '90s, like, there were still like KKK protests in Marquette Park right here in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like it was
More
fucking
in
bad.
Indiana, but
Yeah. No, yeah, dude. But Chicago, I think like still like in the 90s or 80s, there was like fucking KKK rallies in Marquette and shit. So
now they can't get away with that.
yeah,
They
no,
might
no.
they might get
They
killed.
go to Marquette, they're fucked. But so this guy, what he did was a lot of the victims ended up being black guys because he moved into like a house somewhere in the ghetto in Milwaukee, and it happened to be that there was a lot of black people in there, and they weren't getting a lot of press. Like if black people disappeared at that time or got killed or were part of a violent crime or whatever, dude, they get tucked under the rug.
Yeah.
Because that's just how, I mean, let's be real, that's just how it was. They'd get killed, and no one fucking looked for them, no one did digging around. The cops were, I'm sure, more prone to be racist at that time. So I'm sure this guy said these guys are easy targets because I can get away with it. Which I don't know how he would be down. I'd be kind of scared, honestly.
You're saying that he must have thought that, like, when he.
For sure, he thought that.
Yeah.
For sure, dude. Because if he would have killed a white dude or a bunch of white people, I mean, I think it would raise more questions. Like, hey, what's
Then
going
again, I
on?
don't think he was into, like, I'm talking from a perspective of what he was into. I don't think he was into white guys. Oh, he
Yeah,
did.
he did. His first victim was a white guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude.
So it completely had not. See, he didn't have a type.
I
Like,
don't
he
think
just
so.
like,
Yeah,
damn.
dude, he was a bad motherfucker, man. He
I
had
know.
no fucking, like I said, I think so, and then I think it had to do with the circumstances. Like, motherfucker was broke. He was always getting fired from every fucking job. So he lived in in a crack house, to be honest. So there and I know that because in the show that's what it's saying, that he lived
And
in a
is this
house.
is this show? Is this a documentary, or is this like a series that
It's
they
a
created?
series. It's
Okay.
actually what's his name, Evan Peters playing that shit.
Oh, wow.
He's a badass actor.
Yeah, he's
So
he's good at playing that, like,
a
serial
serial killer.
killer.
It's kind of weird at this point,
Because
but
he even played the Columbine shooter, right? And what was that show?
really, I don't know.
American.
Oh, American Horror Story.
He played.
Is that what that was? I know
Yeah,
they always kind of like exemplify like shit that happened through their show.
correct. I know, and I think that was from the first season. That's the only season I really watched.
Oh, dude, what I was
But
gonna tell you, Angel of Death. If you watch American Horror Story, the one where they're in the asylum, I think the scientist, that dude, that tall ass dude that plays that tall ass doctor that wears the white suit all the time. Did you see American Horror Story Asylum?
no, I only saw the, like, maybe the first season.
All right, well, if you
Yeah.
watch American Horror Story Asylum, I wouldn't doubt. I'm like pretty sure, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the Angel of Death, because he's doing all these crazy experiments on the people.
Okay.
So they're trying to, you know what I'm
It's like
saying?
symbolism, like
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
show. Yeah.
And then specifically the articles I've read on Joseph Mangala, they say that this guy used to wear a white, like all white outfit with the black shiny shoes, and that's what the guy fucking would wear. So I wouldn't doubt it.
But back to Dahmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to Dahmer. So this guy, dude, he was pretty fucking smart in the sense of like, or I don't know if just fearless, because I mean, he would dissect the bodies, he would mutilate them, he'd fucking bleach their bones,
He ate
he'd
the
collect them.
bodies.
Yeah,
He
he
was a
would eat the
cannibal. Yeah.
hearts. He was, I think so, this guy, like, and that's what I was, telling my wife, like, dude, like, this guy, so he used to get aroused by, he like literally sexually aroused by the thought of organs and blood and just like, dude, I don't know, dude, just anything inside the fucking human body, like that just fucking aroused him. So my thought on that is like, how do you like, I told my wife, I was like, was he homosexual or was he just extremely fascinated with the human body and curious, and and particularly in men. I feel like if you're at that level of gruesomeness, dude, of murderous, I don't even think you have a sexual orientation. I think you're just fucking, you're not on this world anymore, dude. You're not human anymore at that point. You know
I
what I'm
guess.
saying?
No, I think normal. I think he was. Well, that's my opinion, but I think he was a homosexual. But yeah, because to get yourself, I'm just trying to think like, but yeah, they're not really human, right? They're
That's what I'm
not.
trying to tell you. Like, dude, you have to be like you would have to shut off your humanity 100% to be able to kill someone that, because a lot of these times, dude, these guys they were attracted to him. So if you were a homosexual and you can't say the guy didn't get
Oh,
no
so
ass, because
it could have been like easy prey as well, for the fact that he was an attractive dude and these guys were into him.
but what I'm saying is like
Maybe
if
he knew he had a pull with.
but what I'm saying is
Yeah.
if he's a homosexual and he's had all this attraction from these guys, they liked him. Why couldn't he have just gone with one of these guys? Why couldn't he have like fall in love or that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I think his obsession with the human body, and you know, he could have been more obsessed with males. Is my opinion. He could have been more obsessed with males. So like, and that's why he pushed further more like the male victims. That's my opinion. I don't know.
And I think the hardest thing to figure out, especially with serial killers, and I don't know if it's when they're born, like are they born fucked up, or is it something that over time, like with in the case of Dahmer, I know when he was a kid, he was isolated a lot. His parents didn't have a good marriage, and he started experimenting with killing animals and shit like that.
So I think that your argument is like, is it nurture versus nature, right? Is that what they
Exactly.
say?
Exactly. In some cases, I don't think it is.
So the show, they try to kind of, I mean, if you watch the show, dude, uh, honestly, it's like pointing a finger at the dad. The whole fucking show, like it's telling you that the dad is at fault. The dad is at fault.
But the dad had his back when he got caught and when he was in prison.
For real. So if you watch the show, dude, I mean,
I think, yeah.
you will think the dad is a little fishy. I mean, I've told
He
everyone like this guy looked like he kind of knew
and the
because
dad gave me that vibe too, because you have to watch that too. Actual interviews of him and his dad.
he was covering, huh?
Not that he was covering, but his dad had suspicions, I'm sure, but he just never he really didn't like to question his son. But there was a whole thing about when Jeffrey Dahmer, he had his his work toolbox or something, and his dad asked him, "Oh, what's in there?" And
Oh, so you're talking about this box that actually used to have it used to have, oh, there was another box. There was an actual toolbox.
he
But
had a
I thought he
toolbox
was
and it
talking
had
about.
human remains in it or something.
Oh, okay. Sorry. You know
And
what?
yeah.
I thought you were talking about this box because there was a box
uh,
that it used to belong to his dad, and his dad used to have all his pictures in there. His grandma gave it to him, so I thought you might have confused it with that because in that box he also had a human head in there,
oh,
and
maybe it's that
and
one
his
then.
dad asked him, "Hey, what's in that box?"
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
like,
Then maybe that's what it is.
"Yeah."
Maybe
So
I heard it
so
wrong then.
if you go according to the show, which I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, fully throw
The
shade.
show might add
It might be inaccurate
extra
or
shit.
fictionalized shit, of
Correct.
course. But so I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna fully, point my fingers at this guy. But I mean, if I go according to this and this is accurate, then I would say there's something definitely going on. Because, dude, for all we know, the grandma could have opened up the box and then seen something and then told the dad about it, and then the dad kind of already knew. Because why else would he be curious about the box? But the show points it at towards the dad suspecting that he's a homosexual and he has like maybe like male like homosexual porn, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But if that was the case, I mean, the grandma already knew that Dahmer was already bringing guys to her house, and like he was pretty obvious he was gay. So I feel like the dad is just kind of at question right here. And if you really like, according to the show, dude, I think like, in my opinion, I feel like Dahmer shows he shows his behavior shows that he's like a dummy. He's like he's a puppet, dude. Like his strings are being pulled, and and the dad, to what I know, was like a chemist. He was like a smart motherfucker. Like he actually was like he was up there. He knew his shit. So like I wouldn't doubt, dude. I mean, it could very much be that this guy was pulling strings because the mom left the marriage, dude. She left like kind of like in a crazy state of mind. So why would she leave like that? I mean, it just kind of there's a lot of things to wonder,
Well,
man.
yeah,
It could be a regular marital problems, or she could have seen something that, fuck, I can't tell this guy. But like no one really fucking knows. And at that time, within those decades, it was the times of the cults, of Satanist cults, and they were around a lot, dude. Like the Son of Sam. I don't know if you've seen that documentary.
Oh, that one's
It's creepy,
yeah.
dude.
Where they're
Dahmer was a
saying that
Satanist
where
too.
there's in that but in that one with the son of Sam, they were saying that there were other people that killed, right?
Exactly. That's my
It
point.
wasn't just that guy.
That's my point. So there was someone controlling the Son of Sam guy, and then there was someone controlling other guys because evidence points that there was more than one serial killer.
Yeah,
So how could it not, dude? For all we know,
for Dahmer, I don't think it had to do with occults or any shit
he
like
used
that.
to be a Satanist. He had altars and everything for Satan.
Dahmer did?
Yes.
I guess I got to read more on. Well, for me, what fascinates me more, obviously, the state of mind of a serial killer, and I like to watch interviews of them. Like I've seen interviews of Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, the Iceman,
How about Gacy?
Gacy.
That
Yeah,
one's fucking
but
crazy, dude.
Gacy was fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, he was worse than
He was a
Dahmer.
scumbag, dude.
Yeah, he was fucking. I think he was just evil.
He was straight up evil, dude.
You see, that's what I'm saying. I feel
Same
like,
and Ted Bundy, dude.
yeah, dude. So yeah, okay. So this is what I'm trying to say. At this point, I don't. Okay, so Gacy gives me the vibe that he was a homosexual and he was evil. So he was like intentionally evil and homosexual. Now Dahmer, he gives me the vibe that for some reason, I feel like this guy was just obsessed with the human anatomy. And
And I think he was isolated from. I don't know if he like just had no socialization, like normal socialization with other people when he was growing up or stuff like that. That he was too isolated. That really like distorted
yeah,
his
socially he
mentality.
wasn't there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like movies and documentaries about him, and he wasn't all the way there. But what I'm saying is like,
and he got off like the only thing that gave him pleasure was sexual, like sexually explicit and like really gruesome and like violent sexual things. So I think that's where he kind of like that started, and then it just became bigger, 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 and then just became like fucking an obsession that he couldn't stop.
so he has like and I actually heard of a lot of serial killers doing this, but he had like a fascination with killing animals. He'd pick up roadkill as a young kid. He dissect it, and according to the show, it says that his dad kind of got him into it. But now I'm hearing that the show might have fictionalized that, which is pretty fucked up because that's kind of like defaming the. That's kind of like defamation there in a way.
Mhm.
But supposedly the dad got him into that because the dad was a scientist. Now that's why I try saying like I'm not justifying this, but I feel like some people are hell bent on fucking science. They like science, and I know this because like when we went to the doctor, like you go to a doctor, dude, and they will ask you like if you're gonna keep the baby or abort it, and they're not asking you like in any shy way at all.
Like, oh hey,
Like, hey, are you gonna want it or not?
yeah,
You know what I'm
kind of
saying?
like that,
Yeah,
really,
dude.
really nonchalant.
In
Yeah,
a more formal way, yes.
yeah.
But that is kind of the. I mean, you as a like as an outsider from the medical field, you look at it like damn, dude, what a fucking dick, dude. Yeah, I want my fucking kid. You know what I'm saying? But then again, I mean, there's people that yeah will look at it the same way, like nah, fuck that, I don't want get it out. You know what I'm saying? So
But in
so
a way, I do like, yeah. There's certain things that yeah, medical professionals, scientists, like they need it needs to be handled more humanely and not as like robotic and just being like straight up like, oh, do you want me to do
yeah.
this or do you want me to do that?
But you see,
Like
the thing is, I feel like
they get desensitized.
yeah, but
Yeah,
see, this is the thing. It's like a rabbit hole, or it's like a paradox because if you tell these guys to bring their humanity back, they won't be able to do their job. They need to be desensitized, in my opinion. So, dude, these guys are doing the same thing that Dahmer was doing, dude. I mean, they're cutting up people, they're removing organs, they're this or that. Now, the only difference is, so yes, there is a desensitization right there, but I mean, they still have morals and ethics, right?
correct.
Now, that's the difference where Dahmer comes in. He had the same obsession or the same capability of desensitization, but this guy was just too obsessed and too amazed by the human anatomy, by the human organs, the intestines, just the human body, period. Like I'm talking about like limb by limb. He was obsessed. Like he was obsessed. He would bleach it. He'd dip it in chemicals. He just liked to see like what the human body can endure. Like he was just on a whole other level of obsessed. I think that was an obsession that he couldn't just fucking cure. Like he was just beyond it was beyond his ability to retain, dude, to fucking be able to say, hey, this is not right. Or I mean, if he would have really applied that to science, or him being a doctor at some point, I mean, who knows, dude? The guy probably could have been good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he still would have had that tendency. It's like
That's
this
what I'm saying. Like
because
if
it
he could have
happens
controlled
where
that, or I mean, dude, you don't even know what goes through a doctor's mind
because
after a while,
it
or a
happens
surgeon.
that some of these like because obviously like you said he wasn't an idiot either. Like some of these guys are smart. Even like Ted Bundy, that guy could have been a badass attorney or a lawyer, right?
Yeah,
But he was a fucking serial killer.
yeah,
He wanted, yeah, he had an obsession, and his thing was to kill women and to lure them in. Obviously, play the nice guy role and then lure them in and then kill them and do sexual things to
yeah.
them. He was
So,
a necrophiliac. Yeah.
mhm. So, but and that is crazy that you say that, because these guys just randomly, they just might have that tendency, right? And then they
It's
can't
already
hold
in
it,
them.
and then they just keep going and going, and they feed into it. But what I think is crazy is that like these guys damn, having a brain fart. Fuck, dude, I was gonna make a good point.
Hey, come on, man. This is getting out of hand, man. No, I'm kidding. I'm messing
Oh,
with you,
okay,
man.
okay, I remember now. You're screwed now, dude.
Here we go.
Yeah. So back to Son of Sam. So you could look at it that these guys had weird tendencies, or that something was going on, right, with them. Now, have you ever thought that maybe there is a different entity, involved in this, something higher above? And I'm not talking about supernatural. I'm talking about government or anything. And I know I'm
Oh,
reaching
okay.
into conspiracy theory and shit, but there are a lot of crazy theories and a lot of people that are suspected of being part of a government plan. Like if you watch have you watched Eileen Wuornos?
That I don't know if it was a government plan.
Well, no, I'm
That
not.
chick was straight up killer, dude.
She was. But I mean, if you really, I mean, dude, honestly, if I gone through the shit she went through, shit, I'd probably kill those motherfuckers too, man. But
Especially men, yeah, right.
and it could be like that's just her story. She might not be saying all the way story, but if you're picking up a lady in the middle of the road in the middle of the night, I mean, there could be something weird. I mean, there are genuinely nice people though. They'll see the old lady and or a lady there, and they'll be like, "Fuck, dude, like poor lady, she's in the middle of the street." Like,
dude, I feel bad that I'm it's not that I'm desensitized, it's just that I'm fucking scared. I won't pick up somebody on the side of the road.
yeah, me either.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, but I experienced it. When was it? We were driving. We had my grandmother, my wife, and my brother in the car, and we were driving somewhere, and it was like on Lagrange Road or something. And on the side of the road was a woman that was like walking. I don't know if she was like waving like this. And I'm like, sorry.
You're like, bye.
I'm like, sorry, I didn't see you. Like, dude, you never know, and
I,
I'm not gonna risk it.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I have a weird story too, man. Not that I'm homophobic or anything, but I'm not gay. So yeah, it did kind of creep me the fuck out. One time, dude, I parked right by State Street, right by the expressway.
Yeah.
994, and I went to a gas station real quick. I came back out, dude. There was some dude right there asking for money. He was like a young dude. He was like 20 something, dude. Um, like looked like he was straight out of college. He didn't even look like he was in rags or nothing like that. But he was definitely on something, dude. He went up to the truck and was like, started talking to me and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, whatever, man. Keeping the conversation short. And there was a security guard right in front of the gas station too, right? And this guy was like, hey, man, hey, can you give me a ride here? Yeah, man, I'll suck your dick. I'm like,
He
dude,
said that.
yeah, dude. Dude, I was like 18, bro. I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of my face, dude. Get out of here, dude. No, man, no, dude, get the fuck
Oh
out of
my
here,
god.
bro. I was like, man, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, Jesus Christ,
At
man.
least you were nice to him. There's other people that.
No, check this out.
Yeah.
He kept getting pushy with me. I'm like, dude, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna beat your ass. You don't get the fuck out of my car, dude. He was like, literally, like, I had to.
Oh, he
Uh,
was like gonna try to get
he
into
was
your
trying to
car.
get in, dude. I locked the door, and then the security he saw I was getting pissed, and and uncomfortable, and the fucking I mean, dude, this guy was out of it. I'm not saying I'm strong or anything, but yeah, I probably could have beat his ass. But the moral of the story is that, I mean, still, it's middle of the night. You don't know if this guy has a gun or a fucking knife,
No,
or
yeah.
you don't know what the
You
hell this
don't
guy's
know
plan
him,
is.
dude. He's a stranger to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. For all I know, he could be another Dahmer or something, you know. So I was like, "What the fuck, dude?" I was like, just too much in shock, honestly. The security guard was like, "Hey, man, get the fuck out of his way, man." He was a big
Oh,
ass
he
black
defended
dude.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here," you know. But the guy was like, "Oh, come on, man, I need a ride." He was like, some like, yeah, dude. Like I'm telling you, like he was like in his 20s, dude. Like this white dude, he didn't even look poor, dude. I was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
I have a story.
Yeah, man, it was
when
weird.
when I was in college, I was doing like sometimes I would run around campus just to, like to get a workout, like a jog. And on one occasion, I was running around, and some guy pulled up. This black dude pulled up in a car, and he's like, "Hey, man, hey, can you help me? I need to figure out how to get to this street and this street." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm trying to think." And I got a little bit closer to the car, and I'm like, I think it's you would have to go in this direction and then make a left, or I forgot what I told him, right?
Yeah.
After I tell him that, he's like, "You cute though."
Oh shit.
And then in that moment, like,
You felt good,
I
didn't
was
you?
like, "Thanks," and I was just kept running, dude.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, in that moment, like, you can either go positive and be like, "Okay, thanks,
Okay, I'm cute.
goodbye,"
Yeah.
and then just walk away, or you could be one of those people that because I think of it like anytime something like that happens to me, where like, and in the case when you're like you're a straight male and a gay guy might come up to you and like hit on you or something, you can either take it. There's two ways to take it.
Yeah.
Be like, "Hey, sorry, man. I don't roll. I don't. I'm straight. I don't roll that way."
Yeah.
Or be like, "Hey, what the fuck? You mother." Yeah. There's
Yeah.
there's guys that are like that. They're explosive and they get uncomfortable.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
I agree with you, but like my experiences, dude, man, dude.
They've been too pushy.
Yeah, dude. Look, man, I don't mind if
No,
if you're a
dude.
guy and you like dick, and if you're a girl you like vagina. I, I don't give a fuck, dude. I mean, all for it, man. Do what you gotta do. But I do think that because you're gay, that doesn't trump the right to be disrespectful. Just like it is for anyone that's straight either.
Yeah,
I just feel
you're
like
not
no one
gonna.
should be
A
disrespectful,
woman's
period.
not gonna be
That
pushing
is
on a guy.
harassment, dude.
Yeah, it is.
So, like another story, I'm telling you, bro. And this one was bad too, bro. It was bad. I was in eighth grade. So, at that time I thought I was a shit. I had came back from Mexico. Me and my homie went to downtown. It was cold. We had our I had bought a mask for me and him, dude. We had a badass ski mask from Mexico and shit. You couldn't even see my face, dude. And I remember I had my Tims, my fucking North Face. I mean, I
Oh.
don't think I look gay. So I went to downtown. We were in the red line on the subway, and this fucking dude. I was scared as fuck, dude. I was like, I'm gonna get kidnapped and raped. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. We went to downtown, dude. We're in the subway, and there was like a group of people, and there was like a couple white guys, but it was like mostly black dudes, right? And they were big as fuck, dude. They were fucking massive ass dudes, man. I'm not gonna lie. And I was there with my homie. My homie went, I forgot where the fuck he went. He went to like the bathroom or some shit, or he went upstairs. I don't know what the fuck it was, but we're in the subway, right? And this guy, he goes up to me and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "Where do you live?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "What you mean, where do I live?" And then he's all like, "Yeah, where do you live?" And I'm like, "Shit." I'm like, "Why? Why do you want to know where I live?" And he's like, "I want to go with you." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Nah, bro, what you mean?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm good, man. I ain't gay, bro." He's like, "Please." And yup, he busted out the "I want to suck your dick." And I'm like, "Bro," I'm like, "Dude," I'm like, "Get the fuck out of my way, dude." Like straight up, bro. I'm like, get out of my way, bro. I'm like, straight the fuck up, dude. And I started getting rowdy. I mean, I was in eighth grade, dude. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I like fighting and shit like that, but
Was that the first time you experienced something like that?
that was the first time. And like 2, 3 years later, that's when that other guy at the gas station went up to me.
Yeah.
But that was in the subway. And then my friend, I was like, "Where the fuck's my friend, dude?" Because this guy, I'm telling you, he was in a group full of like big ass dudes, bro. And they were all just looking at me and shit. They're like
Fuck, dude.
they were like smiling all creepy and shit. I'm like, "Oh fuck, dude." And it was a subway. It was late, dude. Me and my homie, dude,
And you were young. These are
yeah,
older
we were out in
people.
downtown, fucking shit up, and it was like late. It was like fucking like I don't know, do like 9 or 10 and shit, you know?
You were out beyond your curfew, right?
Yeah, for sure. And I was like, fuck, dude. I'm like, God, I'm like, please, I don't want to get raped. Please don't do this. And nah, dude, I got pissed, dude. I started getting rowdy and I had to get aggressive because the guy was so fucking persistent. He
He's too
really,
pushy.
yeah, he was pushing. I'm like, man, dude, this is fucking bullshit, man. That's what I don't like. I don't like that, dude. That's not fucking right,
Like you said,
dude.
it's harassment. Like you can't like obviously nobody wants to feel that way.
Dude,
Like
like
doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl.
I've met dudes, dude, that were gay. You would have never known they were gay. I mean, they're about their business. I mean, I think that's so respectable, man. That like, I mean, you could dress however you want. I don't give a fuck. But I mean, like I've met dudes where you wouldn't even know they were gay. You know what I'm saying? Unless they made an advance on you, but they just go about their business, and I think that's the right
Just
thing to
like how
do.
everybody should be.
I feel like everyone should be like that, whether you're straight, lesbian, or gay. Like, I feel like you should just simply just do you, have dignity. Everyone should have dignity, period, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I think everything will come to you, on its own. But
You're doing your leg shaking again. I feel like I'm getting like a massage while I'm sitting here. I'm like
oh yeah, no,
gonna fall
yeah,
asleep.
it's because I just drank a fucking coffee.
You're all like
Oh, dude, I'm ready to fucking
you're
bounce around like a
wired up.
pinball, dude. But yeah, man. I mean, back to that. I mean, Dahmer. Yeah, he was gay. He was gay, but like I said, I don't know if he was gay or if he was just fascinated with the male body, and he used gay as a gateway to no to get these guys. So I don't know, dude. And like I said though,
Nah, he
could
had
it?
to. He had, for me, I think you have to have an attraction to some like
But if you're
to
that
some
evil,
degree.
Hector, if you're that evil, if you're that fucking bloody, if you're that sadistic, if organs is what turns you like they show him in the show, dude. He's he tried masturbating to a Playboy magazine, females. He couldn't do it. He just couldn't get there.
Exactly. He was a.
Wait, let me tell you this. Wait, hey guys, you guys don't let me finish, man. What the
I'm
fuck?
against you right now,
Yeah,
man. Okay.
okay. I'm totally gonna shut you down right now, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
The my man over here starts masturbating, looking at the sky, and starts imagining fucking organs from the roadkill he had just dissected earlier, and skedaddle, boom, out we go. He fucking finished. You know what I'm saying? So what does that tell you? The guy is aroused, and he said it in interviews, dude. And he's not the only serial killer that's done that too. If you watch documentaries of serial killers, dude, there's been plenty of serial killers that are on that level that they're obsessed with the human anatomy. That's like a disease, dude. That's a condition. It's actually existing. Like I'm sure it exists with a lot of people that they have a curiosity and of the human body, and at no fucking cost, they will do what they gotta do to feed their curiosity. I mean, curiosity is a powerful thing, dude. Curiosity is like I would say the same shit as temptation in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like you're curious and now you're forcibly tempted. You got to check it out. Got to check it out. Got to check it out.
Yep.
So I feel like this guy was beyond that homosexual stage. I feel like that was just a way to tap into what he wants to do. And honestly, dude, like he probably felt like, okay, well, I'm going to a gay bar. I'm sure. I mean, I don't know, dude. Are guys easier to attract to you or females? I don't know, but he probably thought that was an easier way, and that's probably how he got his prey, dude. You never fucking know.
Who knows? Because and I was thinking too, because in another way, another sense too, I feel like a lot of serial killers kind of go for, well, for the most part, I think they've gone for people that they can overpower easier, like that they have more strength over them and stuff like that. So, unfortunately, a lot of victims have been women, from serial killers, but there's also been ones that have done with men. And with Jeffrey Dahmer, maybe he might have picked people that were maybe weaker than him, right? Or that he thought he could
Yeah.
overpower.
So
They all want to get somebody that they know that they maybe in their head they think that they can, um overtake these people and not have too much fight back.
yeah, uh,
It's yeah.
I mean, I would honestly assume that fuck a dude is more challenging because they might beat your ass because they're a fucking dude. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, dude. I don't know, bro. Honestly, I don't know how it is, with that community. I don't know how it works or whatever, but these poor dudes, they trusted this guy, and this guy totally screwed them over.
Yeah.
And and with Ted Bundy, I mean, they say he was like a not a bad looking dude. So that's how he got his fucking victims.
And I saw I listened to also on the way here. There's a YouTube clip talking about Bundy and how he would pretend that he was injured, like he would have a sling or he'd be in crutches,
Yeah.
and he would ask women like, "Oh, can you help me put these books in my car?" Or like he would do little shit like that. And the guy that wasn't even fucking, he wasn't even injured. So he would kind of
Oh
like use
yeah.
that as like oh, like this guy is hurt, like he
Yeah.
or something like.
So a woman, I would have. I mean, no offense, but I feel like, yeah, a dude is more than likely almost always stronger than the woman. Now there are some girls that will kick our ass for sure right now, but
Oh hell yeah.
I'm saying, like, in most cases, and they will find a woman that they know for sure seems weaker than them, and they're easier target to kind of maneuver around, fucking, wrap them up or whatever, do whatever they got to do, tie them up, and then just boom, just throw them in there and get out. Um, I would say, dude, like, honestly, like, what I always try to preach is like, okay, like, females, like, don't just go with anyone at a bar. Don't just fucking go with anyone to their house. I think those days should be real fucking over.
Yeah, dude. I don't know how. Yeah, like.
Like, they feel comfortable and then they want to go to the guy's house, and then they think they're gonna fuck, and then they might get
But that's all on those. Yeah, those women or even men upbringing, like going to somebody like that's all upbringing, dude. Like you want to like raising your child to not, yeah, just
dude. But
go home with some guy at
yeah,
a bar,
dude.
you
But
know?
let's be realistic though. That
Yeah.
is what happens these days. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like people go to like a bar or a club, and they have some drinks, and they probably see someone they like, and then, that's it, dude. That's it. And I'm not saying it happens all the time, but I'm just saying, like, um I think if I was a girl, dude, I would be scared shitless. Like, funny story. When I got with my wife, we were in downtown at the beach, right? And I was like, "Hey, let's go to my house." And we were already that was like our first day dating, but we had already known each other for a while. But I was like, she knew me, but we knew each other, but she had never gone that far to like going to my house. So she was like, "Fuck." She probably thought we were going to the house right there by, in Chicago. She didn't realize we were all the way out here in Indiana.
Oh
So, dude,
shit.
yeah, dude. So,
You took her far away.
yeah, dude. So I remember we started passing the 47, then the 63rd, and dude, it kept going
You
up
start
and
hitting
up.
the hundreds.
And I did kind of feel her a little bit looking at me like, "Hey, bud, where we going?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, mm-hmm." So we kept going and going, dude. Next thing you know, she's seeing the big old Indiana sign. She's looking at me like, "Bro, what the fuck?" And then I don't know, dude. I guess, did I give her a fucking serial killer look? I don't know. She was probably scared shitless. She's like, "Fuck, dude." She tells me now that she even told her sisters like, "Hey, I'm going to Indiana right here, blah blah blah, just in case, just so you know." I'm like, "What the? That's pretty fucked up, dude." But I mean,
That's
she's
what I
precautious though, so that was good.
that's what I
So
like nowadays, and since we've like lived our teenage years, we had cell phones, stuff like that. So women especially had the capability to text a couple of their friends, some family, like, "Hey, I'm going out to this
yeah,
place or to this person's house." So people already know, okay, there's a track, like there's a record of where this person was.
yeah. So this is one instance where Facebook is okay tracking your ass, because like, a lot of people I know, like, when I had Facebook, a lot of people, like, I would remember, like, everyone would be like, "Oh, right here, blah blah blah," and then they'd post a picture of themselves thinking they're the shit, and then they tag the place, and, it shows the location. So,
Yep.
excuse me, if you disappeared that night, where's the last place you were at, dude? It's so easy to. I feel like serial killers. I mean, I'm sure they get away with a lot of shit still, but I'm sure it's a lot harder now, motherfuckers.
There's
So,
one apparently in Chicago that's been around for years.
really,
Yeah.
fuck, dude. Oh, is it the guy in the south side or in the west side?
Southside, I think.
Yeah, cause I remember a couple years ago I heard that there was this guy, he was killing prostitutes and
Yeah,
leaving them dismembered in abandoned houses in the south side.
they still haven't caught that guy. I don't think.
So there was this guy, and I don't know if it's the same one. He just got caught right here in Hammond, Indiana. Um, and I think this guy was also killing prostitutes and dismembering them, but he got caught. So I don't know if it's the same guy.
But these people, yeah, it's like, but it's crazy to think that you're walking amongst. There's some serial killer just walking amongst us, and we don't even know it.
So great story. I don't know if I mean, I know you love Mike Tyson. Shit, I love Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, please come to this podcast. No,
Yeah.
but this guy, dude. So I there's this story. You know, I love watching shorts because all my shorts are consist of Mike Tyson, dude. So Mike
he's
Tyson,
he's so knowledgeable, dude.
I
Yeah.
like. I feel like if I would ever talk to him, like I feel like I could just fucking talk to him the whole day or hear him talk the whole fucking day. But yeah, this dude, I guess he I think he saw this guy at a promotion. I think it was in Vegas. And it turned out, and they took a picture, and Mike Tyson talked to him, gave him respect, you know, was genuinely nice to him. And then this guy, turns out, dude, I think it was a couple weeks later, or I don't know if he said the next day or some crazy shit like that, dude. Turns out this guy was a big shooter. Like, and I can't think of the massacre,
Oh,
but
I
he's
I
actually
heard
a
that
known.
story. Yeah,
He's a known, like he's written down as a massive killer, like a
he was
serial
a
shooter.
serial
Yeah,
killer. Yeah.
yeah. He killed a shitload of people, and I mean, a lot of people speculate, like, dude, he was probably there to kill Mike Tyson that day, and then Mike Tyson showed him, like, you know, like his genuine nice side of him, you know. And this guy was like, "Fuck, dude, I can't kill Mike Tyson, man. It's Mike Tyson, dude. Shit, dude, like, fuck, you know, like,
But it can also be like maybe I mean, obviously the people that he didn't kill were in the spotlight, like Mike Tyson is. So like kind of like with the how John Lennon died from the Beatles, right?
yeah,
He was killed by a guy that was obsessed with him. And the
dude,
guy that killed him, honestly, I think he did it. Obviously, he was a little sick in the head. He was crazy,
yeah,
but he did it for his. It was for his benefit, like to get some popularity, some fame,
yeah.
and he killed John Lennon. But man, dude, that's like,
Well, I'm gonna touch base on that a little bit,
mhm.
cause there's this book. I'm gonna search it up real quick, cause I think it's called, if I'm not mistaken, it's The Catcher in the Rye.
Yeah, that's the book that guy was reading
Yeah. So The
when.
Catcher in the Rye, dude. So this is, and I read that book, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm not saying it made me want to shoot somebody, but I do feel like it kind of did, like, get me in a. I was pretty depressed for a couple weeks after reading that,
Oh wow,
because that book, it's actually telling you, like, this guy, he's so obsessed with saving the innocence of the youth, because, dude, like, honestly, if you live in an urban area, in my opinion, I feel like your innocence is gone before you know it, dude. You don't get to live to 15 and still just be like an innocent little, little teenager.
yeah, that's true.
15, dude, you've already seen people get shot at. You've seen people, you've seen shit. You've seen a lot of sexual stuff. I mean, your innocence is out the window in Chicago, dude. 15 years old, over with.
That's true.
So, and this guy is so depressed that he can't save the innocence of he can't save the innocence of the youth. The youth is exposed to how cruel the world is at a younger age now, and back then, or and, and in another sense too, I feel like what he's trying to say is, like, fuck, dude, like, I've seen evil and now I can't unsee it. And we all go through that. We all go through a stage where, like, you're young, you think the world is perfect, you think your parents are always going to be alive, you think your family's always there for you, and you think everything is just a perfect picture, right? I mean, that's in the situation where you've had a pretty good childhood, right? And then it turns out you start going to college, you start going to school. You know what I'm saying? You witness people kill themselves, they commit suicide, like people you knew, people you loved, or you see people get killed just for playing evil, or you see all these fucking school shootings and this and that, dude, and innocent people dying, or or this girl got raped, she was in high school, had a future ahead of herself. Like, dude, a lot of shit like that ruins people forever. So this guy's depressed that he couldn't fucking save those souls. Like, those souls are just now. like stained by the evil of the world. So, dude, you read that book and you're like, fuck, dude, like I don't know, dude. You just kind of, I don't know. You do get depressed, and that's why. I mean, from what I understood, this book is banned in most schools in America because of how much
The
influence it's had on serial
negative
killers.
influence, yeah.
Because guess what, dude? That's not the only guy that had that book. I think the guy that tried shooting Reagan had it too, or something like that.
Oh,
It's
really?
linked to like two, three other shootings. Like a lot of people have had that book before they carry out their. I think they say like, "Fuck this world. This world is evil. I don't want to be part of this world."
So they go for a huge public figure. All right. All right. Yeah.
It's because you don't. I mean, we don't know what. It's because no one ever really knows, dude, their side of the story,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, especially
and it's not justified. But you just can't. I mean, we're human beings, dude, and a lot of the times, dude.
everybody has a bad day. Like, and I think sometimes these people have had like their soul and the shit kicked out of them, and they feel like they're nothing. You know?
Oh, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, have you ever like so like I have had times where like there was a time where I was in a huge depression for like months, maybe even like a couple of years. It felt terrible. Now I didn't go as far as like killing anyone, but at that point when you hit a depression that bad, dude, you kind of don't give a fuck about yourself anymore. You're like, I don't give a fuck what happens to me, whether I die today or tomorrow. Like I don't care. You're going to a real dark place. So like these guys just might be there, but some people, dude, when they hit depression, I feel like they get in a bitter depression where I'm depressed and you're going down with me. I mean, who else to
Well, I
take
mean,
down than a happy ass dude like John Lennon?
a
Like,
good example of that is like the active shooters that we've had in the U.S. Like that they maybe they've been wronged or something all their life, and they just had a shitty childhood, and they just always depressed, and then they're like, I'm gonna take out this anger on all these people.
unfortunately, I feel like it's been a lot of people that were great people and wronged by the world so much. It kind of turns you evil, I guess. I don't know.
But
And
it's
people
all
that couldn't handle it, you know what they say, like,
but it can't, like, it's impossible to say like, oh, but they had a great upbringing. No, something was missing. There was some kind of neglect. There was some kind of something that, because if your parents were fully there, like for those people that have done those horrific things, they would have stopped you or done something to try to fix the issue.
and this is where I go into this. That's a problem that I think will never be fixed, and the reason why is because so like I always wonder like like why is there so many gamers that are Latinos? So many Latino gamers. I mean, and I'm sure this applies for everyone else, but I'm just speaking from my perspective because I know like the Latino culture, right? Like, what about like all the Latinos in Chicago that are joining gangs? A lot of them, dude. I've met a lot of their moms, or La Raza. I met their moms and shit, and their dads, and they got good parents. They got a good mom that cares for them, but a lot of the times there's not going to be the option of having both your parents there because they got to work because we're born poor. So like your parents, they have to be working, and then a lot of the times, dude, those parents, they had like two jobs. Both parents had two jobs just to keep the house on point. So then there's that neglect, and then that's when the kids start joining the gangs and this and that,
Get into bad shit, yeah.
and that's just on an urban level. But if you go to the suburban level, then yeah, that's probably when you get the serial killers because you got the parents that
Or
are
they get into
working
they get
and
into drugs and
yeah,
overdose, or
yeah,
yeah.
because there's neglection, and sometimes, dude, it's not even the parents' fault directly. It's indirect. They try providing for the family, doing the best they can, and it ends up kind of taking a whole other turn. So but
Yeah, dude, it's like you have two kids. You have to find a balance. Like, it's finding that balance where you can be present.
dude, but
Like,
I
but
don't know
it's
if you've seen
fucking
this
hard, I'm
video.
sure.
I don't know if you've seen this video. It's because right now, well, I'm not trying to be like a know-it-all, but you don't have kids right now, right?
Mhm.
So once you have kids, you understand this. The balance will never be balanced. Ever.
There's always gonna
Ever.
be uh
Do you want more money to provide for your family to make sure that they're good to pay the bills? Or do you want to struggle more and not be able to pay the bills but have more time with your family? And there's this video, it literally tells you that. That is 100%. That is 100% the fucking truth, dude. That's why I tell you, like, no matter what job you go to, no matter how much you get paid,
We
there
got
will
we got
always
we got ended here.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we will. But no matter what you do, no matter what job you go to, you will always have a price to pay. So, um, guys, now you know there's always a price to pay. Keep moving forward.
Stay positive. That's the most.
Stay
Yeah.
positive, and please don't be a serial killer.
Yeah. Hopefully.
If you guys are interested in checking out the Angel of Death, search up Angel of Death on Google or YouTube, and you'll
And
get a little more of an informative review on that.
and after
And
you
Dahmer.
read up on that, listen to the song "Angel of Death" and look at the lyrics for Slayer if you're interested. I know heavy metal is not everybody's what is it, cup of tea,
Yeah.
but it's pretty like pretty
Yep.
deep meanings.
Please like and subscribe.
Yeah,
See you
like
guys
and
next time.
subscribe, share it on social media. See y'all.